Good evening. This is Damon Fordham, Adjunct Professor of History at Charleston Southern University in the Citadel, and I'm here to talk to you in Black History Month, tell you a few things about myself. I was born in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and put up for adoption as an infant and raised in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina by Pearl and Abraham Fordham. He was a teacher at the old Lang High School, and my mother was a nurse at MUSC. They are both deceased. Well, I graduated from the University of South Carolina undergrad, and I received my master's in history from the College of Charleston. And I'm a writer. Was written 3 books, as well as an adjunct professor of history at the 2 schools that I've mentioned. And I go throughout the country lecturing, as well as writing these books and doing YouTube videos for those who don't choose to read. My biggest accomplishment, well, there's several. I've received an award from the South Carolina State Legislature for my works, but as well as writing these books and helping to educate 28 prisoners at the Charleston County Detention Center to get 28 of them to get their GEDs some years ago. But perhaps one of the best things was a young girl, by the way, who was being bullied in school. Her mother, the author Desiree Middleton, reached out on Facebook for people to help, and I gave her a copy of one of my books and gave her a lot of good advice. And so now her young daughter is an entrepreneur who's been on television all over the place. So I would say that is my biggest accomplishment, as well as getting the key to the city of my birthplace of Spartanburg, South Carolina, and finding my biological family. Now, I would say that my dad was really a great inspiration to me because he was always giving me encouragement when I was a boy. Then when he died and I went to the University of South Carolina, there was Dean Willie Harriford of the Black Studies Department, who helped me to understand that I could make a living at what I do, as well as inspire people. And my mother, she did what she could to help me get through college after my dad died. And today my sister Bobby, she gives me a lot of really good advice, whether I want to hear it or not sometimes, but still it's very good advice on how to go about my life at the present time. So one of my biggest challenges was taking care of my mother when she was very ill. Once my dad died, she never completely recovered from that and lingered for a couple of decades. But I somehow managed to at least make some of my dreams come true, to where I've been able to lecture around the country and gain recognition for what I do. And I was bullied quite frequently as a child, as a matter of fact. A lot of the people thought I was strange because I was unathletic and liked books. But a lot of those people today have since apologized to me over that, since I've done well. Because one thing I've come to understand is that success has many fathers, but failure is an orphan. Let that sink in for a moment. And so when you young people go through similar things where you're trying to do something constructive and other people are trying to belittle you and such, when you grow up to be successful and they're not doing well in life, they will come to see your full worth. Because on one occasion, for example, when I was teaching in jail, I saw one of the young men who turned the class against me when I was in the 8th grade as far as bullying goes, and he was very embarrassed to see me. Now, I'm not saying that you should gloat over things like that, but living well can be the best revenge, as well as turning out not to be those who proclaim themselves your enemies. Don't be like them in life. Go on and do great, successful things. And my legacy is in the students that I've taught over the years, as well as my nieces and nephews, because many of the things that I've taught these young people, they've gone on to become successful with some of the things that they've learned from me. And I take a great deal of pride in that, as well as the fact that people who I've never met are learning things through my books and my YouTube channel. So those are the things that I hope to leave you young people with, and I hope that encourages you. And once again, my name is Damon Fordham, and I hope you all go on to be very successful in your lives. And when this pandemic is over, I'd like to come and see all of you soon and get a chance to talk to you in person. All right? Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.